Chapter 1. The sound of the tires screeching and metal clashing together was the last thing 8-year-old Emily remembered before her life changed forever. Her parents, her safe haven, her everything, were now gone, and she was left with nothing but an empty void. Her world had crumbled around her. The only option left was for her to be sent to an orphanage. Chapter 2. At the orphanage, Emily struggled to fit in with the other children. Her social skills were stunted, and she found it hard to connect with anyone. She felt out of place and like she didn't belong there. Emily's only solace was in the books she read, where she could escape into different worlds and forget her own problems. Chapter 3. One day, while reading her favorite book, Emily met a man named John, who was a volunteer at the orphanage. Unlike the other adults, John took the time to get to know Emily and showed a genuine interest in her. Emily was hesitant at first, but she slowly began to open up to him, and they became friends. Chapter 4. As Emily spent more time with John, she began to change. She started to see that there were good people in the world, and that she didn't have to be alone anymore. John showed her kindness and helped her to see that she had worth, that she was special and deserving of love. Chapter 5. As the years passed, Emily and John's relationship deepened. John became like a father to Emily, and she began to see him as her family. She still struggled with feelings of abandonment and loss, but with John by her side, she found the strength to overcome those emotions. Chapter 6. One day, as Emily was reflecting on her life, she realized that she had finally found a place where she belonged. The orphanage and the children there had become her family, and John had become her father. She realized that her tragic past had led her to this moment, and that she wouldn't have it any other way. Chapter 7. Emily's journey was one of heartbreak and loss, but it was also one of hope and love. She had gone from feeling like an outsider to finding a place where she belonged. And it was all thanks to John, the man who had shown her that life could be beautiful even in the darkest of times. Chapter 8. Emily's story was one that inspired others. She had overcome adversity and had found a place where she belonged. Her journey reminded us that no matter how dark things may seem, there is always hope, and that sometimes, all it takes is one person to show us that we are not alone in this world.